Hi everyone, this is Heather Lottanen from the Flourish Academy. This is episode 306. So a couple of times a year, maybe a little bit more often than that, I get emergency phone calls from photographers who are on a shoot and they say, oh my goodness, my camera will not focus and I don't know why. So there are a couple things I want you to check if this ever happens to you. Number one, is your lens set to autofocus? Do you have it on the autofocus setting? And number two, for me, it's a switch on the side of my camera. There's an AF for autofocus and an M for manual focus. For some of you, that is a menu option, but you want to check those two things first. You want to check your lens and you want to check the setting on your camera to make sure they're both set to AF for autofocus. But today when I was at YM Camera, we were looking at a camera and she was saying, one of my friends was saying, it's like not focusing, like it feels like it's focusing, but it's not, and these things were all set appropriately. So then I said, well, we should definitely check the diopter. This is the diopter. And Robbie politely and kindly corrected me and said, Heather, I think it's diopter. And I looked it up, and of course he was right, but for 15 years, I have been calling this the diopter. I'm not sure why I decided to add that extra syllable into the word, but I had it wrong. Okay, no matter. Do you know about your diopter and have you checked it? It is this setting right here, and it changes the clarity of the viewfinder as you're looking through, but it has absolutely no impact on the photo. And the reason for this is so that people who wear glasses or contact lenses can adjust the diopter to their vision so that when they press halfway and they lock a focus, it's clear, has clarity in the viewfinder. You want to check this every so often because you might bump it or your vision might change a little bit. So the way you want to check this is maybe mount it on a tripod, but if not, hold it steady and focus on something that you know the camera would normally focus on. Make sure you have a lot of light and it's an object, maybe with some text on it that you can clearly see. Press halfway and lock that focus. And then if it is still blurry to you through the viewfinder, then what I want you to do is adjust your diopter until it becomes clear. You will get clarity through the diopter. Do that a couple of times to make sure that it is set appropriately. Because if it's not, you'll see a plus minus on there. If it's not, it can look like it's not in focus. But if you pay attention and you take a photo and you think, oh my gosh, that does not look like it's in focus, but then you look at the image on the back of your camera and it indeed is in focus, then it is most certainly your diopter, which I learned how to pronounce correctly today. Is that a little bit embarrassing? Sure. But I don't take myself too seriously, so maybe for fun, I will continue to add the extra syllable into diopter and call it diopter for whatever reason. Maybe that sounds fancy, I don't know. Number one, question, did you know about the diopter? Have you adjusted it? And has it ever caused you any trouble? I know that for some of my friends at Camera Club, it has, because people have said to me, my camera's not focusing, we check the lens, we check the camera, everything is set to autofocus. I look through and I say, wow, that's really blurry. Have you adjusted your diopter recently? They look at me like I have 3 heads. No, I haven't. I said, okay, let's focus on something we know should be sharp. Anything with words or text helps because you can clearly see that. And then press halfway, lock a focus, adjust your diopter to your vision, and you should be all set. I hope that you found this useful. I'll see you in the next video.